speaking with Karen Persis, President-elect with the Orange County Bar Association. Hi, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am an attorney, and my office is in downtown Orlando, and my specialty is family formation. So I help people form their families through third-party reproductive technology, such as surrogacy, embryo donation, egg donation, and also through adoption, whether that might be a private newborn placement or, there's lots of other types of adoption, like relative adoption, step-parent adoption, second-parent adoption. So I have clients on 5 different continents that come to Florida to finalize these types of agreements or engage surrogates or adopt.
I guess I have a question about that. I was asked once, they would love to have, my genes for their kids. And I was like, well, maybe not. Because, if you're looking at maybe high blood pressure or some of those other genetic traits, do they ever look at that when they're looking at donors?
Oh, absolutely.
Like family health history?
Oh, yes. That's a critical component to it. Their social and medical history is always very important to intended parents. They want to know, as best they can, just the background of somebody. I mean, if somebody has a history of high blood pressure in their family, that's not necessarily going to exclude them, but it's really important for the parents to know, and that eventually that the child knows, because at some point they're likely going to need that medical information when they're filling out at the doctor's office, family history of this or that. They need to know that information for themselves as well. So the doctor's offices and the different banks that try to get these eggs, for example, they try to get as much information as they possibly can, get medical records, that sort of a thing, so that the parents have as much of a picture as they possibly can before they decide to choose a donor.
Yeah, like my son, I say, I'm sorry about your eczema. That was my fault. But the baldness, that was your dad's fault.
No, it's so true, right?
Hair, my side of the family.
It's so true, right? Like you look at it and you think, if somebody's got a bad vision, or I'm like, that's going to be me.
Oh, yeah,
it's like, right. So you just kind of know. And so you want to be able to, provide as much information as you possibly can. So you are kind of relying to a certain extent on this person's honesty. While the doctors do get medical records and certain things, things aren't necessarily 100% complete. But I found that it's been a really great way for a lot of people to help form their families.
Mm-hmm. And are there any, I know we were talking about parent certification, but we'll get to that in a second. Sure. Are there any parenting classes or anything that they need to do before adopting? Or
there are certain adoption requirements when you're adopting, and it can be different depending on whether you're adopting through the state with DCF, or you're undergoing a private placement. You're going to go through your home study process, and there are parenting courses associated, with both of those, because we've got to make sure that these folks, these adoptive parents, are suitable to adopt.
And so the other service that we were talking about earlier was about parent certification, which is not before you become a parent, which would be very helpful.
Yes, right? I wish that everybody had that option of some sort of like driver's license type course before they just hand you a baby. And
certificate. Hey, you're
certified. You to know what to do with this child. And of course, every child is different. And so that creates additional just interesting problems that we're making. Everybody needs a good group of moms, is what I think. Since we don't have that we need a good text group of moms that we can check in with, experienced moms, when you're doing something, am I doing this wrong? And they can make you feel better about the choices that you have made or are about to make, for sure.
Or make you feel worse in some cases.
Yeah, that's true. Then you got to get rid of that mom. Yeah. You got to find another mom. But for sure. So yes, the Orange County Bar Association does have a number of resources for parents. Typically though, our resources are available to parents who are going through the most difficult of times. So that might be a divorce, or in case of unmarried parents, establishing paternity and visitation and child support and things of that nature. So not necessarily the fun stuff, but very, very important for our families. So one resource that we do have is a parenting course. Some people call it the divorce course. It is required in all divorce cases involving children children and also in paternity cases. And so it's a 4-hour course and it's available 24/7 on demand. It's $19.95. And what I really like about this course is you don't have to take all 4 hours at once. So you can kind of pick up and, wherever you leave off, because what parent has like a block of 4 hours? It's like not possible. So you've got this 4-hour course that you can take, and then you get a certificate at the end that can be filed with the court. You don't have to be going through a formal divorce process in order to take this class. It does help, just discuss difficult transitions and whatnot for families. So it could be beneficial, in that respect as well. But the other services we do offer for families, does relate to, again, difficult situations. Our sister organization, the Legal Aid Society of the Orange County Bar, provides pro bono legal services to many parents in all sorts of matters. I mean, obviously family law disputes, but also housing issues and immigration issues, consumer issues. And they also can provide emergency relief if there's, let's say an eviction or domestic violence issue. They have staff attorneys and then tons of volunteer attorneys that volunteer their time every year for these types of cases. Now, if the person doesn't meet those income threshold requirements for legal aid, we also do have a lawyer referral service through the Orange County Bar. So you would call and tell us what your problem is, and we could set you up with a free consult with an attorney who deals with those types of issues. Depending on your income level, we also have what is referred to as a modest means panel. So that offers people that maybe make too much for legal aid, but couldn't necessarily pay, for a full-priced, full freight attorney. We do have attorneys that agree to take cases for a reduced fee. So this can help, for people that are still needing an attorney for these disputes as well. And our another service that we offer is our Citizens Dispute. Citizens Dispute is another free service for Orange County residents through the Orange County Bar Association. And we set you up with free mediation services from a Florida certified mediator. And this can be disputes between neighbors, but also parenting disputes. So, alimony, child support, visitation, parental responsibility issues. We have mediators that are available for free. There is no income requirement to help people resolve their disputes regarding their family, and maybe not necessarily having to take it, to a court level if we can get it, resolved through our free mediation service. So, hopefully, although these are probably not the most fun things to be discussing about parenting, they are, services that definitely parents unfortunately need. And we hope to be able to provide the resources that we can, in a reduced or free capacity.
Yeah, so it's the Citizens Dispute. Mm-hmm. Is it Citizens Dispute Services? Or?
Citizens Dispute, they do have their own phone number, which I can share with you, but not off the top of my head, that people can call and get paired up. They are part of the Orange County Bar Association, but we give them their own phone line to just handle those specific matters. Yeah.
Okay. So to the audience out there, Citizens Dispute, we'll have the number here on the screen for you. So if you have a dispute, rather than calling me, you can call that phone number.
Exactly.
Now, I am here for y'all, but here is a service for you that you could utilize.
Certified mediator, that it's a great opportunity for people to get things resolved without having to necessarily go through that formal litigation process, which can be, a great headache and very expensive.
So it doesn't cover, though, if your two adult children are fighting with each other.
No, I wish it did. But it does cover a lot of different, issues that people have. So hopefully it'll be of some help to Orange County residents.
No, it definitely will. I mean, we're growing and moving closer and closer together. And
yes,
there's always, neighbor conflicts.
Mm-hmm. Neighbor conflicts, family conflicts, and this is just a great way to work things out. Right now it is virtual. So for anybody that is concerned just about space or things like that, that is the availability of it right now is they'll set it up, through video conferencing. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that you would like to leave the viewers with?
No, the Orange County Bar Association's here to help in any way that we can. And our attorneys, really look forward to helping families and children, however they can through our services.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.